on my side have been kind of trying to do a lot of experiments with OpenClaw. Now I have kind of built up a complete. So earlier I used to develop code with Claude code, right? Which is where we had to be on the machine all the time. You have to keep on and giving responses to so many questions that it asks, which is where I used to like open code a lot better. But now I've transitioned from that into getting my OpenClaw to write all the code for me. So basically what happens is my OpenClaw knows, because it was using Anthropic's models, and Anthropic keeps shifting the window when basically the models are available to be used more. You are consuming
lesser the usage of other people,
lesser tokens and stuff. So they keep moving that window. So last week, basically between 6:30 and 12:30 evening time, our time, that was the most intensive,
they doubled the limit actually.
Double the limit, as in if you use one token, they'll count it as 2 tokens used. So that way the limit was reduced. So if you use more between 6:30 and 12:30, your limits would consume very fast. So which is what so when I used to code personally, that was the best time I would code, between 6:30 and 12:30, right? Now, because Anthropic kind of made that the worst time to code, I asked my OpenClaw to do all the coding in the time zones. For example, after 12:30, it will start coding, do the whole things in the night, complete all the development work, add QA, all of that, and then keep it ready for me to review in the morning. So that's where it'll automatically go to the Anthropic site. It'll look up what are the best times to develop, and then it'll schedule all the tasks in that lean time period so that we consume minimal amount of token and we don't run out of our quota. So I'm assuming a lot of people are doing that, not only us, and that's where Anthropic had to kind of take a call as to we don't want OpenClaws on our network, right? So that's what. So with the OpenClaw, now I've got to a position where I talk to it on a messaging app. It could be WhatsApp, it could be Telegram. I just tell it, these are the features. It'll act like a project manager. It'll document all the specifications and everything. Then I can review all those specifications with it. I can iterate on those specifications. And then when the lean time comes in, when Anthropic is not, billing you like crazy, it'll spawn up the coding agents using Claude code, and it'll start coding those things. And as and when those pieces of code are ready, it'll spawn a QA agent, which will go in and verify all of that and probably raise a bug. So the first thing that I created with OpenClaw was mission control, where we have all the projects listed, where we have what staging pipelines as well as to what needs to be developed and what needs to be QA'd and everything. And that's where I can personally monitor what's going on there at any point of time, because that's on my local network, and it can also see what's the comment, how many bugs and everything, right? So that's where I gave it a dedicated Mac Mini machine. I bought a NVIDIA DGX Spark, and I already had a Mac Studio. So all of those infrastructure is there. So at times it uses local models to generate images, local models to write code as well, and at times it uses so those were the experiments I've been kind of busy in, and that's